Hello, 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 and welcome to replay viewers. Hi there, I'm Una Doyle from CreativeFlowTV. Please remember that you can tap on the screen to give hearts when you like or agree with something. Okay, let me get this screen. Hello, 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 hello. Okay, so what I'm doing today is I'm part of the Perry Girls Facebook group. It's a really great resource for women who are scoping on Periscope, and they have a daily assignment which I don't get the chance to do it. In fact, this is the first one that I've had a chance to do, but it just really caught my eye, and I went and had a look for it. And it was basically, to talk about something that has inspired you, a personal development course or a speaker or a book or something. And so this is actually the one that I want to talk about. So here we are. It's the 7 habits of highly effective people. And the reason I want to talk about this is because it's actually related to a very personal story of mine. So what I want you to do is I want you to share this out. Please share it out on Twitter. Please share it out on Periscope, on Facebook. Because this is actually a really personal story that I'm going to share with you that was inspired by this book, and it changed my life, and you never know whose life it might change by hearing it. So please share this out, okay? Whether you're watching live or whether you're watching the replay, share this out to as many people as possible. Okay, so please comment as well if you've ever heard of Stephen Covey, who wrote the 7 habits of highly effective people. The reason, hello Donna, the reason that I've picked this is because there was a particular exercise at the very beginning of this book that actually had a life-changing impact on me. So please, hello Donna, please share this out to your followers on Twitter and Facebook and Periscope, because I want as many people to hear this story as possible, even though it's actually really, really personal. So it's kind of a big deal for me to share this, actually. So thank you for sharing. Really appreciate that. So I'm going to talk about this. And just for those who just joined us, I'm doing this because it's a Perry Girls daily assignment. And I've been getting more involved in Perry Girls, and I'm just finding them a really great resource. So they have training and all sorts of support, and it's all about women supporting each other. There's no mean girls allowed, which is definitely something I support. And we heart up each other's broadcasts. Thank you, Donna. I can see you hearting away. Appreciate that. And so when I post this, I'm actually going to go and watch and give hearts to the person who is above me as well. So it's all about giving back and supporting each other. Okay, so let me talk about this story then. So for those who joined, please share out on Facebook, Twitter, Periscope, all of those if you can, because I'm going to share a very personal story with you. Okay, so many, many years ago, at a time when I was kind of unhappily married, basically, and I was working 50, 60 hours a week in a PR agency. I was really stressed. I was also doing a part-time business degree. And so I was doing that on top of all of this, and it just basically I had a lot of stress, a lot of pressure going on. And to top it all, I had, on a previous course, I had done some an accountancy module. Now, I hate accounts, okay? This is like my nightmare kind of thing to be doing. And I'd already got a good grade on a previous course, and I was going to the University of Leeds, and they wouldn't give me an exemption. They were making me do it again. So on top of all this stress, this was kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back. So eventually, after arguing with them, I kind of went, okay, fine. And I travelled quite a distance into the centre of Leeds, into the university bookshop on a Saturday to go and get the accountancy book, okay, because I needed it. I had some assignments to do. It would have affected my grades if I hadn't got those done. And so I get into the shop, and I'm looking around, I can't find the book. I ask somebody, and they say they're sold out. And I was just like, you've got to be kidding me. And I could just feel myself, tears coming into my eyes, okay? Now, for those of you who just joined, please share this out. This is a really personal story, as you can probably tell, and I want as many people to hear it, because you never know, this changed my life, it could change yours. So I could feel these tears coming to my eyes, and through my tears, I saw this book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Now, I might not have thought anything of this, but actually a couple of years earlier, I had emailed my sister who lives in New Zealand to ask her, how have you got on? I was struggling at the time to get promoted, and I just couldn't understand why not, because, you know, my boss thought I was brilliant and all of this. And she replied with an email recommending this book. And she even kind of did a little summary of what each of the 7 habits were. And she said that Stephen Covey had been invited at the time she worked in IBM in middle management. And they were basically, she'd been through this training as well as having read the book. And she said, read this book. This is what you need to read. And I was like, I don't need to read a book. This isn't my problem. This is their problem. They're not seeing how much better I would be in this other role, or they're keeping me where I am to suit their own reasons instead of allowing me to develop and grow even further. And I was like, this is all about them. Yet, a few years later, when I was in this situation and I saw this book, I just thought, this is an omen. And I wasn't a particularly spiritual person at the time, but I actually thought, okay, something in me was saying, get this book, okay, get this book. So I got the book and I went home and I started reading it. Now, my husband was out in the back garden gardening. As I said, we were not getting along well at all. And I read the first chapter of this book and I just burst into tears. I ran down the stairs, ran out to the back garden, threw my arms around him, and I just said, I am sorry for being such a bleep. So rhymes with ditch, begins with B, and so I just apologised for this. Now, and the reason was because the first chapter, there's an exercise in this book, and I'm not going to tell you what it is because go and get the book, okay? Seriously, it will really, really help you. But what that book did, you know, you crying laughing, yeah. Basically what it did was it made me stop blaming everybody else for what was wrong in my life. It made me stop blaming my now ex-husband for our unhappy relationship. It made me stop blaming my bosses for the fact that they hadn't promoted me. At this point I had moved on, I'd gone to another company and managed to move up that way. But I stopped looking for everybody else to make me happy. I stopped looking over my shoulder at all the things that had gone wrong in my life, you know, that I just stopped blaming other people. I took responsibility for my own life. Okay, now that was massive, absolutely massive. I really believe that getting this book and reading it, and that chapter in particular, was a turning point for me. I can trace everything wonderful and happy in my life back to that. If I hadn't have got this book, I wouldn't have taken responsibility. I wouldn't have started believing that maybe I deserved more than I was currently getting in my relationship. I wouldn't have, you know, sought to pursue my career. I wouldn't have gone into personal development. That was my first kind of experience. I'd never read a self-help book in my life. I'd never been on any seminars or had any coaching or anything. And over the following years, I just absolutely delved into all of that. And because of that, I got engaged at Christmas to the most wonderful man. He is amazing. He's just so generous and loving and kind and supportive, and we just have so much fun, and we talk so much, even though he's an introvert and he does talk too. It's not just me, and it's just absolutely amazing. Thank you. And you know, I have my own business. I do acting professionally. You know, just things are amazing. Of course, you still have challenges in life, you know, but you know, I can trace all of that back to this book. And that's why I really want to make sure, that's why when this assignment came up, I really wanted to share this with you. So I'm just going to flip this back to, just in case you couldn't catch the name of the book or know how to spell it. So this is it, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Stephen R. Covey. Now, Stephen Covey actually died, I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago. But I have actually met his son. Oh yeah, and those are my details there. So my name's Una Doyle. My stage name is Una Love. So on social media, I call myself Una Doyle Love. My website is CreativeFlow.tv. I'm a business coach for creatives, okay? So I specialise in working with people in the creative industries, you know, kind of freelancers and small businesses, and their teams get amazing results, by the way, with the tools that I use. And I would never have done any of these things if I hadn't had this turning point. So, and I did actually through the work that I do with people, wealth dynamics and talent dynamics, these tools I use. They had a conference, and actually Stephen Covey's son spoke at that conference. He's also an author. He wrote a book called The Speed of Trust, which is fantastic. And he was an amazing guy. Talk about walking your talk. Absolutely just exuded connection with people and integrity. I remember something went wrong in the afternoon. I was the one looking after the speakers at this event, so I got actually to see him at quite close quarters. Lovely chap, and really wanted to help everybody. And nothing was too much trouble. And something went wrong, and I could tell he was a bit annoyed at it. But I said, well, okay, so this is what we plan to do about it. And he said, oh, well, what about such and such? And I said, okay, good point. All right, we'll also do blah 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 blah. And he went, okay, fine. And boom, it was gone. He did not hold on to that at all, and he learnt because he grew up with the man who wrote this book. And he's actually mentioned in this book as well for one particular scenario, which is all to do with him cleaning the backyard, as you say in America. And so this is it, this is my recommendation. This is why it's my recommendation, because this truly was a book that changed my life. And I would like more people to experience that. And it's interesting because different books can have a different impact on people. There was another book called The Celestine Prophecy that also had a major impact and kind of opened me up more to my intuition and how I believe people are connected to each other. So that was another amazing read that kind of took me to another level. But the thing is, if I hadn't read this book, I never would have got to read The Celestine Prophecy. And I never would have experienced these other fantastic things that I have in my life and have been able to change my life. And also, I think have an impact on other people's lives too. So listen, go and, if you're not part of Peri Girls, go and join Peri Girls. If you're not following me yet, swipe right and follow me. Go join my newsletter on my website. I'm going to have some great webinars coming up. Thank you, Donna. She put the website in there for Peri Girls. It's a great organisation, and so I just want to give them a shout out as well for prompting this daily assignment. And have a fantastic day or evening or morning or whatever it is in your part of the world when you're watching this. And please do share it out with as many people as you can, and go and read the book. Go and have a look at it and see what you can learn from it. Who knows? Maybe it might have something life-changing in it for you too. Okay, I'm going to say goodbye now. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.